A very warm welcome to everyone who's attending today's session, the official launch of the 2021 New Read Art Competition, which we are extremely excited about. I just want to start sharing my screen. So as you know, like I said, this is the official launch of the 2021 New Read Art Competition. That's taking place today virtually for the first time ever, because we are now in the new normal and this is the new way of doing things. Today's presenters is myself. I'm the official competition coordinator. Next up will be Esther Leroux, curator of the Ulivenays Art Museum. She will be followed by Nazi Gumede, who's the acting project manager of Art Bank South Africa. And then Corin Brush, founder of the Free State Art Collective, will also say a few words. So let's kick off with the most exciting part of all, which are the new developments for this year's competition. We find ourselves in the 5th year of the New Read competition. Last year, we couldn't have the art competition due to COVID and all its related consequences, as we all know by now, and in line with all the other art competitions that also chose not to go ahead with their competitions, we did the same. So this year is the 5th year of the New Read Art competition. We are extremely excited to welcome 2 new partners on board to the competition. They are the Art Bank of South Africa, which is a national program of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, as well as the very prestigious and exclusive Free State Art Collective. Another exciting new development to the competition is that we're introducing a new medium that's now being allowed for entry. Digital or video art can now be entered. I just want to stop here for a few seconds because this is a new medium. It's important to talk about the specific requirements for this medium to be accepted as entries. Very specific requirements are contained in the entry form. So we ask you to please look at those very specifically. Video or digital art entry must be submitted as a single video file on a USB drive in either high resolution MKV or MP4 format. To play these entries, we will supply a display screen at Ulivenays Art Museum on which video entries will be played in a randomly selected sequential format. And this is the only way in which video art will be accepted and handled. So video entries that don't comply with all these requirements may be disqualified from the competition. So please just note that. So this year's competition is now officially launched. It's presented proudly by Bachwani attorneys in association with Ulivenays Art Museum, Art Bank South Africa, and the Free State Art Collective. Entry forms, of course, which are the most important part, are available online on the official competition website, www.newreadart.co.za, at Ulivenays Art Museum, at Bachwani attorneys reception at 35 Markgraaf Street, as well as other select outlets in the Free State. So let's just stop a moment to talk about your New Read Art and what we encourage as entries for this year's competition. As we all know by now, and know very well, we find ourselves in a very historic time in our lives. Art is the ideal medium for commentary and communication to allow the viewer to engage with the wide variety of historic events that dominated the past year, and there were many. These events set forth unique experiences, changes, and consequences, and we encourage all entrants this year to take the opportunity to reflect on this in their works. Consider where we've been, consider where we are, and consider where we are going, or what we all, or just you yourself, have went through. There is such a multitude of aspects to reflect on, be it trauma or growth, perhaps enlightenment or enrichment, or even looking at the insights or advances that has resulted from this past historic year. Precisely for this reason, we encourage fresh, new art and a new way of looking at things and also portraying this through your art. To that end, entries for this year's competition must have been completed between 1 January 2020 and 13 September 2021, and older works will be immediately disqualified. Let's also just pause for a moment on the terms and conditions for this year's competition. As always, it is aimed at new and emerging Free State-based artists that are 18 years or older, and this includes students. It's artists who have not had a solo exhibition at a commercial gallery with more than 20 works. No previous first prize winners of this competition can enter, unfortunately. Each artist can enter up to 2 works for consideration, and artists that enter must have been resident in the Free State for at least 6 months in 2021, for which proof is a proof of residence that you must please submit. It is a visual arts competition, and all mediums are allowed for entry. This includes photography, digital and video art, whilst performance art, however, is excluded. I must also just at this point say that we strongly encourage a diversity of mediums, be it paintings, or drawings, even graphic art, sculpture, or again, like I said, photography, video, digital art. Go wild and be creative. Just be sure that entries comply with all terms and conditions, as well as rules of participation contained in the entry form. And once again, remember, works must have been completed between 1 January 2020 and 13 September 2021. Let's give a quick review of the competition prizes. The first prize winner will win a fantastic 50,000 Rand. The runner-up prize winner will walk away with 20,000 Rand, whilst 2 merit award prizes of 10,000 Rand each is also up for grabs. There's always the Public Choice Award prize of 10,000 Rand. Also to included now is that artists selected to participate in the New Breed Arts Competition exhibition at Olivenhuis Art Museum, including the final winners, automatically qualify for consideration and possible inclusion in the Free State Art Collective. Also, as a competition partner, the Art Bank of South Africa will be intimately involved in the competition, giving artists selected to participate in the New Breed Art Competition exhibition a valuable opportunity to gain exposure with the Art Bank. There will also be an opportunity to attend a skills development workshop conducted by the Art Bank. And as always, there's lots of national exposure to clients and art followers throughout the year. The selection process will be as follows. During the first round, an independent panel of judges will choose selected works to form part of the official competition exhibition that will be held in the Olivenhuis Art Museum. During the final round, the same independent panel of judges will select the 4 competition winners with the merit awards, providing our judges with the opportunity to recognize and reward new developing talent and to invest in these artists through these rewards, of which there are 2. Then there's also the Public Choice Award, which the public determines through voting online. So we encourage you as artists throughout the year and whilst the exhibition is going on to encourage the public to get involved and vote for their favorite artist. This will all take place on the official competition website. Regarding the most important dates for this year's competition, entries will take place from 13 to 19 September at Olivenhuis. Artists will enter by bringing their artworks together with a completed entry form. By 29 September, all artists selected for the competition exhibition will have been selected and notified, and then the competition exhibition will run from 5 October to 14 November at Olivenhuis. Public choice voting will take place from 5 October to 1 November, and then finally, on 4 November, the winners will be announced. So how do you enter? First, download or get a hard copy of the entry form. Read those T's and C's and rules of participation carefully. Comply with all the submission requirements. Then from 13 to 19 September, submit that completed entry form with your works. Remember, pricing of your works that must be for sale must include the 25% sales commission for the competition. And with regards to this, it's important to remember not to overprice your works. This will greatly increase your chances of selling them. Thank you very much. That's my bit for the moment. We will take questions after, so if you have anything to ask, just remember to stay with us afterwards. I will hand over to Esther now to say a few words.
Hello. Normally I would welcome you to Olivenhuis Art Museum, but this is a bit different. But thank you for joining us. I just really want to encourage all artists, students, graphic designers to enter this year's Fatsoane New Breed Art Competition. It's not only about the prizes and winning the prizes, but it's also an amazing opportunity to use this to set a goal and to be inspired to create beautiful artwork specifically for this competition. Worst case scenario, maybe you don't get chosen for the exhibition at the Livanais, but at least then you have 2 artworks that you have created that you can always give to family and friends or maybe sell. Then also just remember that lots of people see the artworks. Not only those artworks on exhibition, the judges also see artworks when selecting the artworks. And often there's talent recognized, and it's minor details like slight technical problems or the way it's exhibited that causes it not to actually go through to the next round. But it still gets seen, and you still have the experience of actually entering a competition. Then again, you've also created the art. Then if you go through to the next round, we receive an average during normal times, but even now during the COVID times with our reduced hours, we receive up to, now we've been seeing up to 5,000 visitors a month. So your work gets amazing exposure, except for the Public Choice Awards. We had votes from all over the world with previous competitions. There's Fatsoane Nene really does an amazing job with creating a web presence. So your works get seen literally all over, the opportunity is there for your work to be seen literally all over the world. Then I think the last thing I want to say is that also if you've entered previous competitions and haven't managed it through to the second stage, to the exhibition, please try again. We are, as far as we're available, we are willing to give you a little bit of feedback. Often works don't get selected for minor, like I said, minor technical problems. You would have a beautiful charcoal drawing, but it's smudged or it's creased because it wasn't handled right. And because of that, we just can't let it go through. So make sure you handle the work correctly, make sure that it's ready to be exhibited. So it also assists us to exhibit it and to show it and present it in the best way possible. Yes, and then like Maftel said, there will be an opportunity for questions afterwards. And just the last thing, a warm welcome to the Free State Arts Collective and the Art Bank of South Africa. We have done projects and associations together before, but I'm very excited to have you on board this year, and definitely broaden our base and broaden the amount of artists entering, I think. So also thank you for agreeing to be associated with us in this competition. Thank you. Then I'm going to give over to Nati Kumedi, Acting Project Manager of the Art Bank South Africa. Nati, over to you.
Nati, you can just unmute yourself, please. Thank you.
Okay.
There you go.
For that?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Hi. Hi. Once again, my name is Nati Kumedi. I think we joined this association, specifically this briefing, I think to essentially celebrate this association and the potential it has. But I think what we want to put across in this specific briefing is the kind of symbiotic ethos that the new breed has. You know, the desire to see Free State art succeed. So of course, by extension, the association alludes to, a number of interventions. I think, the one that I can think of top of my head is the ability to be able to, exchange our database, exchange our ideas, as far as what is it that, we think specifically from the Art Bank perspective would be our intervention. We do, however, also foresee that there will be an opportunity for us to tap into the Botswana and Henny database and be able to share the available opportunities that the Art Bank has with Free State artists. We also hoping that through national network that Art Bank SA has acquired over its existence, we'll be able to share that with Free State artists and of course, the associates in the project as a whole. And I think once again, we joined this briefing to introduce ourselves, to ensure that our presence is understood to be that of really being pro-artist, pro any intervention that seeks to advance the interest of artists. And of course, we have not defined what our intervention will be in a project, but we hope that this being our first official association would allow us the time to be able to unpack the needs. And with that, we hope that our intervention will become clearer. I'm hoping that within the question and answer session, we'll be able to clarify some of the issues that we, at the time of entering into the association, thought would be possible. But of course, as the project itself rolls out, we will refine what our intervention will be. And I think with that, I will thank everyone for joining us and hand over to Karen Brush of the Free State Art Collective.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Firstly, I just want to thank Esther and Magdal and Nati for the wonderful warm welcome, for enjoying this partnership that we've just initiated together. And I just want to say that, we've all been through a really, really tough time, and we've all had to re-look at how we work together. And one of the key factors that keeps pointing back is the fact that we need to collaborate. We need to work together. And if we can create a very strong ecosystem within the Free State that actually provides support to the artists that can grow, this is a good place to start. So one of the things with the Free State Art Collective is I started it in 2018, and it literally was me going into the Botswana New Breed competition and looking at 10 artists that I thought were dealing with interesting subjects, were dealing with subjects that were perhaps not part of what the perception was of what was coming out of the Free State, and starting with that as a base. And the collective has just continued to grow from that point. One of the fantastic things that we did last year with the New Breed competition is Pauline Gutta and I mentored the finalists from the Botswana Hini from 2019. And I cannot tell you what this input, the positive impact that this input had on these 5 artists. They grew exponentially, the quality of the work that they produced, and it was all conversations that we had online. And the quality that came from this intervention, from this mentorship, was so enormous that if you look at these artists, they have all decided, they have all made that personal step of saying, yes, I am an artist and I will walk my path in the world being an artist. And this is what an ecosystem can actually achieve, this art ecosystem, if we all work together. And one of the things that we really want to have an intervention with in Bloemfontein, and I don't know if you remember, but in 2019, some of you may have been part of the workshop with Mary Sabanda and Lawrence Lemoana. And I was planning to do one last year with some other artists, but of course COVID put everything, made everything come to a terrible stop. But this is something we want to increase as well, so that other artists from other parts of South Africa come into the Free State, and they come with new knowledge, new ways of being, new ways of thinking. And this can only do positive things in terms of filtering in an energy into the Free State Art Collective artists. And I want to encourage you all to explore what it is that is unique about you. Explore what it is that your ancestors and your environment and the current conversations that are unfolding in the world. How are you engaging with that? How can you bring an artwork forward that speaks to all of this? Not just you, but the Free State, but South Africa, but the pandemic, but the world. But one thing I want to encourage is we really don't want 100 artworks with masks. We're all suffering from pandemic fatigue, and many projects around South Africa have dealt with paintings and photographs of people wearing masks. So be a little bit more creative. Don't be so literal in your art making. Come forward with new ways of speaking about the pandemic that haven't been dealt with yet, that haven't been dealt with a year down the line. Yes, and I think it's fantastic that we're going to be bringing video art in. I think a lot of people these days, we have access to technology on our phones. My phone has a Leica phone in it. You can actually create the most incredible video artworks. But what I strongly encourage you all to do is do your research. Don't just decide that you're going to enter this competition out of the blue. You are going to give voice to a person that we don't really know about in the Free State, that was a major political player in the past, and you want to give a voice to this person. That's great, but do it in a contemporary way, and do it in a way that nobody else has done it before. I'm losing my track. But I hope that that's, yes, doing your research. So look at other art competitions. Look at the finalists from that have entered the Patsawani New Breed competition in the past. See what the winners have created. Look at other competitions like the Absolutelier. Look at the Sassel New Signatures. Do your research. What are the winning artworks? What do they look like? What mediums have they been made in? Don't just come out of nowhere. Give some input. Go to your lecturers. Speak to people. Speak to us. Access us. The people like Esther and Nati and myself who have experience in the art industry. Let us help you to really put forward something bold. And the last thing I want to say is have confidence. Have confidence in yourself and have confidence in your subject matter, and bring forward your material with skill. Give us something that is well made, that is well conceived, that is well thought out, and go large. You know, have the confidence. So many years running, people have come with photographs that are that big, and I'd like to encourage you. Why don't you have the confidence to create a photograph that is A1 in size? Yeah, and textile and materiality is very much a trend right now. If you look at artists like Ikshan Adams and Peliswa, what is her name? I've forgotten her surname, but she uses beadwork and the beautiful sculptures that Andile, help me, Nati. Andila, I can't remember his surname. He's from Port Elizabeth. The incredible sculptures that he's doing with clay. You know, bring some materiality in. I haven't seen this a lot in the Free State. So just research these artists and find new ways of telling your stories. Anyway, I better stop because you know me, I can talk for a long time. Thank you so much, Magdal. Let's go to the questions.
Andile Talvani, this is surname.
Fantastic, thanks, Nati. I'm glad you share that knowledge. I just want to just add one last thing to what Karen said. I think we all share a sense of this past year being having dampened a lot of our spirits and having brought a lot of negativity and sadness to us in the world. And I think we do all share one thing. I can confidently say is that is a need for something new and something fresh and something vibrant and something, something new to come to our lives. So I also challenge you guys to really to think new, think fresh. Let's get out of our molds and out of our stereotypes and really contribute and bring some amazing new fresh artworks to the art world. So now, if there's anyone that wants to ask a question, you can use the raise your hand function. I don't know how well you know Zoom, but there's a raise your hand function. And then you can quickly unmute yourself and ask a question. Is there anyone?
Okay, I don't see any hands yet. Should you have a question, you're also free to just unmute yourself and start speaking. Well, we have one from Swanepoel C1 is the display name. You're welcome to unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Who's your question? Who is your question?
It's just a general question. Will all this information be available on the website again? Because the first few things you said you went through quite quickly, like the rules and the prize money and that kind of thing. Will that be?
Yes. We have a comprehensive competition website where all the information is, like everything I went through just now. Everything we said is also contained in the entry form, or a lot of it is. And this broadcast will also be being recorded, and we will upload it onto the website so you can listen to it again and also share it with your other artists, friends, and colleagues, and so on. So yes, the information is readily accessible, and if you have any questions, you are always most welcome to contact us directly. Our contact details are on the website and the entry form, so you can just ask us anytime you want.
Yes, so sorry, and on the note of entry forms, please take the time to read very carefully, study the entry form. Sizes, what we expect in terms of that. It's something that can get you, something small can get you disqualified, unfortunately. Make sure that you bring all the information that you need to bring it with when you enter. And everything is in the entry form. And I know there's a lot of information, but actually really go through it carefully, make sure that you comply to all the things. That just gives you a much better chance of actually getting in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Big pleasure.
Okay, the floor is open again for questions. You're welcome to just raise your hand. Let's see.
Vanessa, is it quiet on all
I
fronts?
went through the list, it seems like it's everyone. Oh, we have one from Joanne Venter. You are welcome to unmute yourself.
Hi everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. I just have a quick question about the region. So this competition is only for the Free State region. So for instance, Myanmar and all of the Free State, how can I put it, dorpies that you get? Or is it just specifically Bloemfontein, or can maybe somebody from KwaZulu-Natal enter as well, or not at all?
Well, it does include the Free State dorpies, if you want to call it that. So anything within the Free State borders. Eastern Free State obviously is included. Myanmar is in the Free State as far as I know, so yes, absolutely. KwaZulu-Natal, unfortunately not. However, if for example, you are from KwaZulu-Natal, but you resided in the Free State for 6 months and you can prove that with a proof of residence, then you can enter by all means. So yeah, I hope that clarifies the question.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm just going to give a few seconds to see if there's any more questions. Just raise your hand using that raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen. Okay, Machtel, doesn't seem like there's any more questions. So, yeah.
Fantastic. So on that note, thank you very much for attending and joining us on this exciting launch of this year's competition. We believe it's going to bring forth great things, and I really look forward to seeing what it is. So spread the news, share this recording, share what you've heard today, share your enthusiasm, and yeah, get those entry forms and start working on your art. And we look forward to receiving your entries in September. And if there's any questions, absolutely feel free to ask us. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.